However, the ending was not so great. Hi guys, I'm Sam.
I'm Emily.
If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. We're just gonna take this time to kind of update you guys on our life, what's going on, because it's been a little bit here, there, and everywhere. I think the last time we updated you guys, we were in Winnipeg, and then we came to visit Emily's family in the States. Now, that was a great trip. However, the ending was not so great.
Back in, we got married in November, so yeah, March, I guess. We applied for permanent residency. I'm American, she's Canadian. So we applied for my permanent residency so I can live in Canada, work in Canada, whatever. Let's just say because of COVID, there was a bit of a backlog. So we got a confirmation email just saying they got our stuff, but
it wasn't even the official, confirmation email. We only got, a temporary number that it would be looked at later on.
We had been looking into it. Neither of us had seen our families for a while. We read that I could still leave Canada and come back because of this email that we got. So we were like, okay, let's go visit my family in the States. We'll visit her family on the way back and drive back. We head back to Canada. We get to the border, and everything that we read just said that we had to show them this paper of this email stating we have a case number. So we are at the border talking to the guy, and he's asking, where I live, and we said in Canada because that's what was happening.
We were under the impression that once we filed permanent residency, she could stay in the country until it was either approved or denied. And she had, she was there for 4 months, and then she left for an entire month, and we were long distance again. And then she came back in February.
Yeah.
And then we filed, so we thought, she doesn't have to leave. She's allowed to live here until we're approved or denied. So then we get to the border.
And we're telling the guy at the border this, and he, of course, tells us we have to go inside and talk to the immigration people. So we're like, okay. So we go inside, and we're explaining it to this lady, and she's like, well, who gave you permission to live here? And I was like, this is what we've read, this is where we've been, this is what's been happening, this is our story.
And, government website stuff.
We did what we thought we were supposed to be doing, what we had read, what we had researched, what we had heard. So, long story short, she informed us that she was not going to be letting me back into Canada. To which then it was a gong show, and I start crying, Sam starts crying, Sam's nose starts bleeding.
My nose starts pouring blood, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
So then this lady's explaining to us pretty much that we've done everything wrong. But
in her eyes.
In her eyes, we've done everything wrong, and she gave us all of this information, but then told us there was nowhere to find that information, that she had... It was just a whole thing, and so she pretty much told us that we had to be long distance. After sobbing, Sam's nose bleeding, just everything happening, she clearly felt bad, and knew that we weren't trying to, get past the system. She eventually grants me a week in Canada. Meanwhile, I have been living in Canada for a year now.
Yeah.
So our whole lives.
And my family's not in Winnipeg, her family's not in Winnipeg, so we were the only people in Winnipeg. It's not like we could go back and get our stuff. So we packed up what we could and sold literally all of our stuff in a week.
We had just finished furnishing and making our apartment exactly how we wanted it to be.
It was so pretty. And I meant to take a video before to show you guys, but, we were a little stressed, so I just started packing the moment we walked in the door.
Yeah.
It didn't even take a week. We got back into Canada on a Monday, and we ended up, or maybe Sunday, and we ended up leaving the Thursday to head to Ontario. So we only, in 4 days, packed up our whole life and
sold everything else.
Drove another 20 hours to Ontario to drop my stuff off, because at this point we were thinking, okay, well, are we gonna have to do long distance? So we had planned for me to come here for 2 weeks, hang out, get everything sorted, and then I was gonna go back to Canada and work. So now we are in the States, both of us. I'm currently still a visitor. I can't work, I can't go to school, I can't do anything here. I'm just living my best life. Not really. Doing nothing. And that is so hard for me. I didn't even quarantine during COVID. Like, I worked the whole time, so the fact now that I have nothing happening is driving me bonkers. But it's fine, because we're together.
And now Sam is just visiting, or on a visitor's visa.
And we're talking to lawyers and immigration, trying to figure out now what's the best way to go. Do we still continue with the Canadian permanent residency, or do we put that on hold and do my green card in the U.S., but with everything happening in the U.S., with same-sex marriage and all of that stuff, is this where I want to be? We really have no idea where our life is going to be in the next year. That's kind of an update on the crazy last 3 weeks of our life.
Yeah, so we're currently living in my aunt's basement. Shout out to them. They are letting us, it's like a studio apartment vibe.
It's really nice.
It's really nice. They have definitely given us more than we could ever ask.
Yeah, and they've given up their entire basement for us.
So we're very, very grateful for that. And so we're just kind of living in their basement. If you saw a couple reels ago, I guess, we just got a mattress because we had to sell everything. So we were sleeping on an air mattress, and then finally got a mattress. We have a bed frame coming. So it's coming together.
It's coming together slowly. And we do post on Instagram every day, so if you want to be more up to date, you can follow us on there. I'll link it in the description. We're just restarting again. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, but I'm just very stressed, everything, our whole world just flipped upside down.
Excited? I mean, I don't know that I'm stressed now. I was, like, when we first got here and we were trying to figure everything out, and, like, we had, like, just crazy money quotas that we were having to try and make, and there was, like, no way, because we had used everything in savings, essentially, and everything that we sold we had to use on gas.
Because gas is so expensive.
And we had to drive, and so, like, we literally started with, like, $20 in our bank account.
And still had bills coming out.
Yeah.
Like, our rent was still coming out, because obviously you can't just dip on rent. Like, you're in a lease, so rent was still coming out. All of our phones, we both had phones in Canada. Obviously, I still pay for mine. We still pay for hers, but she doesn't have a Canadian phone.
Yeah, I didn't realize when I was living in Canada, not working, Sam having to pay rent and all of our bills and things, I did not realize how stressful that was, because she never, like, led on that she was stressed about that. When we first got here, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know how she did this for the last year that we've been together and I haven't been working. But
it was a lot. But I hate it. I wish I could work. I hate it. But I pour my life into you guys and share our life with you guys, and that's what I enjoy doing.
Definitely stay tuned for a lot of tears that have already been shed. So it's just a lot, but we're gonna get it, figure it out. Eventually get to live and work in the same country at the same time.
Yeah. Eventually we will both be legal residents of some country. Yeah. Who knows what country, who knows when. Yeah. But we'll get there, we'll figure it out. I just want to say thank you to you guys, because we're almost at like 500 subscribers here on YouTube, which is literally crazy. I thank you for your support. We do also post on Instagram and TikTok more frequently than on here, so if you do want to follow along, I will put those right here.
We just got to house sit.
Oh yeah.
A super cute dog that I'm going to make Sam insert here over her face.
Okay. Alright. Bye guys.
Classic.